God's grace makes salvation possible. Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, click the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all new videos. Here are some scriptures taken directly from the Bible to help you understand God's perspective on salvation. Salvation comes through grace. It is a gift from God. The Bible states in Ephesians 2:8-9, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift from God, not by works, so that no one can boast." Everyone can receive the grace of Christ, which develops grace inside the receiver. The Bible states in John 1:16, "And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace." God's grace is our only hope. The Bible states in Nehemiah 9:31, "But in your great mercy you did not destroy them completely or abandon them forever." What a gracious and merciful God you are. Does grace do away with God's law? The Bible states in Romans 3:31, "Do we then nullify the law by this grace? Not at all. Rather, we uphold the law." Grace is not a license to sin, but power unto salvation of righteousness. The Bible states in Romans 6:15-18, "What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law of grace? Certainly not. Do you not know to whom you presented yourselves slaves to obey? You are the one slaves whom you obey, whether of sin leading to death or obedience leading to righteousness. But God be thanked that you were once slaves of sin. Yet you obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine to which you were delivered, and having been set free from sin, you became slaves of righteousness. In the grace of Christ is the power of strength." The Bible states in 2 Corinthians 12:9-18, "And he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I would rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Therefore, I take pleasure in my infirmities, in reproach, in need, in persecution, in distress, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Grace is available to us at all times when we need it. The Bible states in Hebrews 4:16, "Therefore, let us come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help us in time of need." Christ's life and sacrifice is an embodiment of both grace and truth. The Bible states in John 1:14, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." Christ's death shows God's law and grace are not enemies, but go hand in hand. The Bible states in Psalms 85:10, "Mercy and truth have met together, righteousness and peace have kissed." God's grace is offered to us through Christ's death and justifies us without compromising the holy law. Through Christ's death, justice can forgive without sacrificing any part of existing holiness. The Bible states in Romans 3:23-25, "For all have sinned and fall short of God's glory, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Jesus Christ, whom God has set forth as a propitiation by his blood, through faith, to demonstrate his righteousness, because in his forbearance God has passed over the sins that were previously committed." God's grace makes our salvation possible. The Bible states in Ephesians 1:7-8, "In him we have redemption through his blood, and the forgiveness of sin, in according with his riches of God's grace that he has lavished on us with all wisdom and understanding." God's grace is patient. The Bible states in Romans 2:4, "Don't you realize how patient he has been with you? Or do you not care? Can't you see that he has been waiting for you all this time without punishing you? To give you time to turn from your sin? His kindness is meant to lead you into redemption."